What's up, guys? So today is a versus battle. You heard that right. We're gonna be comparing and really fighting these two Thors together, man. The Mezco 112 Mighty Thor and the 6-inch plus classic Thor. Now, listen, let's get this straight out of the way. Stylistically, these figures couldn't be more different. They're very different figures, just overall in a lot of ways. But this is based off of Jack Kirby's art, just old school, just, Silver Age, Golden Age, just old school comic book, just goodness. All right. And he captures that really well. This guy, on the other hand, is more of a modern rendition of Thor in a classic suit. This is Oliver Coipel's Thor, who I believe his first run was like in 2007. And he is my favorite Thor artist. I absolutely love Oliver Coipel. Oh my God. And, this guy's just massive. This is big, hulking, modern Thor where he is 6'6", and this guy's towering over everyone. Jack Kirby didn't really draw him like that, back when he was doing Thor. That's just not how the character looked, guys. I mean, like, there is going to be scaling all over the place, but, you guys got to understand, comics change and characters change. All right, so do heights. I mean, look at Venom. Venom is massive nowadays, but he didn't really start off that big. I rest my case. So, size-wise aside, and stylistically aside, which one do I prefer? The Mezco is just so much more of a better figure. I'm just being real. If we're talking about as an action figure, it's leagues different because technically this is a kit bash set, but people are talking about this like this is a figure. Remember, guys, this is on a base body, okay? This is on an atom body, okay, which is a blank body, and it's a kit bash set. Now, when you do that, the body alone is $35. The kit bat, like all of the head, the helmet, and everything, I believe it was like $160. I looked at the website. I don't know if that's what I paid. I don't really remember it being that expensive, but it's a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? Looking back at it, but I really wanted an Oliver Coipel Thor, and I'm not completely dissatisfied with this figure, but a lot of people are talking about this figure like, oh, this is going to be way better, and this, I wish I got this figure. Chill out, guys. Not that this figure is terrible or anything, but it has some problems, and a lot of it is due to the body that was used. So it's not really even 6-inch plus's fault, but I have gone through 3 of these atom bodies. They are not that great, bro. I've just had bad luck with QC on these bodies. This leg is just a little loose. And there's just a lot of stuff with the waist, and I just was getting unlucky. But, keep that in mind. Now, the next one I'm guessing is all, a full figure, based on the atom body, I believe, probably refined. So it'll most likely be a lot smoother. You won't have to build it out. So we'll see when version 2 comes out, if that comes out, But I'm excited for Thor. I got that on pre-order. I mean, Hulk, I got that on pre-order. Now, aesthetically, I'm going to just be real. Bro, Mezco has way more detail in their sculpt and just paint overall, okay? They've got way more just weathering. It kind of has a more of a realistic look that I like, But it's just the details. I mean, just look at just look at this. All right, look at the wings. I get it. Some of this stuff is like 3D printed and everything. And look at Mjolnir too. Obviously different style Mjolnirs, but you see the seam line in this one. The writing's clean though on both of these. Pretty clean. But you guys, like, you can't... Looks will only get you so far, in my opinion. This is a very specific Thor, in my eyes. And it captures it well. But as a figure, because these are action figures, we got to come back down to earth, man. And if something's better, I'm going to just say it. This is a better action figure. Now, if you prefer that Oliver Coipel artwork like I do, you're going to really gravitate towards this. But, this guy, this atom body just didn't really do this figure some justice. And I'm going to show you why. So, I mean, So you see his neck now, right? If he wants to look up, this hair is actually kind of soft. But unfortunately, the way the atom body works is the neck is one piece, okay? So when he tries to look up, hold up. Oop, hold on. You know, you get a weird kind of look. Now, if you're straight ahead, you can't really notice it, but from the side, that's not very ideal, right, guys? And that's just the atom body in play. That's not really, 6 inch plus's fault. But, in the atom body, where's that at? There's the base body, for instance. You can see he can look up, but, the neck just doesn't move. So, like, the hair just had to be way softer on this. So that is a bit of an oversight by them. And I just would have liked more paint overall on stuff. I just personally, I think more paint would have really helped the aesthetics of this figure. Mezco got the paint. These guys, bro. You know how they get down. Mezco be painting stuff. Is that like a little scuff? Might be a QC issue. Maybe just weathering. No, I think it's just weathering. But it is nice. Okay. Just everything from the boot detail. Look at that. Oop, we do them side by side too. You can see the difference. Okay. Also, this is softer. This is much harder, so bending and stuff. His hair keeps coming off, and that's another thing too we're gonna talk about. So geez, put this head on the rest of this. Let me just wrap this up. The 6 inch plus Thor has a problem where the hair, so you see this is supposed to peg in there. Well, it's so loose on mine, man. It's very loose. He looks down really well. Look at that. Ooh, but it's the hair. The hair is just not really staying into that peg. And I've tried heating it up, and it doesn't really want to stay. So, like, moving this hair, looking aside, it's just going to pop off the hair. He really should have made this a lot softer. And I also had to glue back this wing because it broke, which you can't really notice. And yeah, guys, you guys just need to just chill out for a second. Don't get ahead of yourselves. I understand the hype. I do. I get it. But this is gonna be a lesson of just waiting. Either waiting. I know you really couldn't wait because this guy sold out fast, but don't judge a book by its cover, guys. This is what it is, man. Also, real quick, stylistically, of course, if you have a bunch of Mezcos, it's Mezco. They're gonna look good together. He doesn't look bad with this cap, for instance, but they just stylistically they're just gonna clash. But hey, I'm anticipating version 2 of this figure. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of this one, just personally. There's just some shortcomings. I got unlucky with the body 3 times. I don't know what to tell you guys, but hey, but Mezco takes this. I ain't even talk about the accessories because then it's just a slaughter fest. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.